Good morning if you're here live, and if you're not, well, good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon. Welcome to the Medium channel. Welcome to Tarot Time. And what we're going to do this morning for this session is basically give us an energy forecast for the coming week, what's going on in our lives, maybe personally or maybe as a community, or what's going on in the big wide world around us. Energy updates, and I have different divination tools. So we'll do some tarot, but I have other divination cards and things that we can do to give us more messages and more insights into the energies. And my gosh, things are changing really fast around here. So before I get too into this, happy Easter, everybody, to those who celebrate, and happy Passover and else is it Ramadan also? There's other spring holidays that are happening. So whatever that you celebrate, it's all about the light. It's all about rebirth, about resurrection, all those good things. So this is our time to rise up out of the ashes of an old world and an old kind of dying, decaying world as we're coming into new light, new energy, new possibilities, new hope, new dreams, and all those kind of new beginnings. So happy spring, everybody. So I'm going to say a few quick hellos just to say a few quick hellos and get right into it. So I can see. So hi Judy and Colleen and Manic Mama, welcome. And hi Carissa, Claire, G, and Colleen and Sarah Gray and Roseanne, welcome, and welcome to Doreen of Children's School of Yoga, and Suzette, Colleen, and Angela, and oh my God, Michael, Jody. Okay, and anybody I'm missing, hi Rose. I don't mean to miss you. You're important also. All right, so let me grab a little water. Let's get right down to business here. No time like the present. So yeah, there's been some crazy energies going on, and I even posted, a lot of you saw my post from yesterday about how it just seems like the energy just really flipped, and I've been kind of just buzzing and just feeling so much energy and so many currents and all that stuff through me. I mean, I always do, but it's a lot stronger. And of course, I didn't really sleep last night or the night before for that matter. So, and anyway, um, but that's kind of what's going on. So, we are in this time of awakening. We are in this time where the earth herself is ascending, where everything's shifting to a higher vibration and a higher frequency. And that's only going to continue. There's ups and downs. So nothing happens in a straight line. So the energy, it'll spike, then it might drop for a little bit, then it'll get even higher and spike again. And, as I'm saying this, be on the lookout the next week or two for, I even hate to say this, but there could be a very important passing, possibly even an assassination, or somebody of a high level, dying, and then there being, a suspected, assassination. I hopefully not, but this just popped into my mind as I was talking right now, and what was I going to say about that? Yeah, and it's just been this feeling about something really big getting ready to break. And I mentioned that when we did our, it was the full moon forecast. So we're coming out of the full moon, and actually tomorrow we hit the second uh the second sun moon trine of the lunar cycle. So when that happened, we kind of come out of the full moon energy. So we're still in it. If you guys want to do the transmission that we did, it's still active. The full moon transmission, it's on the channel. It was very powerful and very good. That may be one of the reasons why I've been experiencing some shifts in energies and much higher frequency and vibration. And I put that out there. I got over 60 comments of you guys saying the same things. Like, yeah, I've been feeling something also. And so it's something that's happening. And, I've I know there's been solar flares and everything. There's been a lot of light code activation. We keep passing through these different energetic portals, like 444 is a portal. Certainly, like the Good Friday in the Easter season. Regardless of whatever your religious beliefs are, there is an energetic portal that happens around that time of the year also, because it is about rebirth and resurrection, and that's basically what's happening on the planet. And in 1 year from yesterday, there's going to be a very monumental solar eclipse, a total solar eclipse, sort of cutting through the Ohio Valley up through you guys in Western New York. I'm going to try to be there next April the 8th. You guys in Lilydale, you're right there, right at the heart of totality. Cleveland, Buffalo, New York, all these areas are going to get that. So make your plans. Hotels are gonna book out in the coming months. So anyways, so let's do some tarot stuff. So I'm just gonna pull a meditation card for us for the week and give you an idea what that means. Everything that comes up, there's no accidents and coincidences. Once I'm in that portal of spirit, anything that comes through, even if it's just something that I'm thinking, as long as I'm present in the work that I'm doing, it's always going to come directly from spirit. So we are coming into an eclipse season. There is a solar eclipse happening on this coming new moon, though. I think it's happening, around midnight, so we don't see it here. It'll be nighttime, but and then that's followed by a lunar eclipse on the following full moon. And oh yes, one announcement. Others may come up on April the 23rd. I'm not going to be doing tarot time because I have an event in Oneonta, New York. Which I'm doing readings there. If anybody's in the Oneonta area, it's called the Shift Fair, and I'll leave something on the pinned comment about that. My private appointments may already be booked out. I know the last I checked, we were really close. I may still have one or two private appointments. That's Earth Day weekend, April 22nd and 23rd. But the night of April the 22nd, myself and Diana Friedel and two other mediums are going to be doing a message gallery, also getting contact from the other side. So that's in 2 weeks. And as a result, no tarot time that week. Sorry about that. Anyhow. So let me do a meditation card and see what spirit is suggesting for us. And tarot card, it's sort of, to me, it's the book of life. It's based on Kabbalistic teachings, perhaps even some biblical teachings. In the 78 cards of the tarot, there's 22 major arcana cards, and 56 minor arcana cards. And speaking of which, just wanted to give a heartfelt condolences and reaching out to friends and family of Rachel Pollack, author of 78 Degrees of Wisdom and many other tarot books, as well as sci-fi and novels. She was quite the author. Passed at age 77 on April the 7th. So that 7 numerology carries her back to the spirit world. But anyway, love to Rachel Pollack, and 78 Degrees of Wisdom is pretty much my favorite go-to book on tarot. So anyway, just wanted to put that out there. Let me clear my mind a second. This is the card, went right to it. Somebody's on the move here. Lots of movement with the knights as well as the wands. That's fire energy. Fire. Wands is fire. Knights is fire. So to meditate with tarot cards, like any other meditation, get relaxed, get present, get into your heart, get into your heart-brain coherence. So that's what I like to do anyhow. But whatever the case, get into your breath, get into your presence, and then visualize. This is not the Hanson Robert deck. That's the other deck I read with. This is the Morgan Greer deck, and But you may have your own tarot card, so you can pull your own Knight of Rods or Knight of Wands, depending, it's rods or wands. Either one works. And once you're nice and relaxed, you step through this doorway, this portal into this other reality. Because every tarot card is a world unto itself, you see, and it's part of the whole progression of life. So the major arcana represents the different stages of consciousness, the 22 levels, as it were, starting and ending with the Fool card. And then the minor arcana are 56 potential situations in life, all represented through this mystical tool. And tarot was often used more as a meditation tool and a wisdom tool, and kind of became a divination tool a little bit later on. So anyway, and our modern playing cards come from tarot cards. So anyhow, so use your deck or take a mental snapshot of mine. So far, so good with the Wi-Fi, knock on wood. So far, so good with the autofocus. So everything is working. Mercury retrograde is right around the corner, by the way. April 21st, I think it begins. So we're in the approach now. So, and I've been having all kinds of Wi-Fi glitches. The Wi-Fi went down twice in the last 2 or 3 days. Happy Mercury retrograde, everybody. So anyway, so you step into the portal, this new reality, and then just when you step in, gauge what you feel. That's such a powerful tool. Like, how do you feel energetically and emotionally? The more present and the more with your breath you can be, the more out of your thinking mind you can be, the more sensitive and open you are to energy and subtle frequency. So when you step into the card and you're present and open, you'll notice a shift in your frequency. Congratulations. That means you are entering into the world of the Knight of Rods. And you may even want to, well, actually, in this deck, he's not on a horse, but it's in some decks, the Knight of Rods is riding a horse also. And so you can get on that horse if you want, or just talk to the spirit or this energy, what he or she's trying to tell you. Again, knights are about movement, wands are about energy and action. So you may get insights as to what actions you are meant to take this coming week or this coming couple of weeks. So you can ask this figure, and you may get other scenery, because this is just a doorway. There's a whole panoramic view, 360 degrees, where you only see 1 degree of. So check it out, and greet. There may be animals, there may be beings, there may be extraterrestrials. There may be the lion people from Lyra may be there, but whatever the case, there may be ancient masters that you meet. You may meet Jesus. It is Easter after all, or Christ, or whoever or whatever. But the idea is you go in, feel that, get messages, get insights, and you can kind of, because it's the Knight of Rods for this week, one of the things that Spirit is saying, maybe to take action, not to sit back so much, and maybe to ask what action you need to take in your life in order to further your dreams or progress your dreams into reality. Anyway, on the move. Oh, I missed 11:11. Oh, well, it's 11:15 now. So let's do a 3-card quick spread about what's going on this week for us, and let's see what we get. Kind of like a like an energy update or an energy check-in here, and I'll peek back at your comments in a minute. I see Carissa's name coming up a lot. Well, why is that not surprised? All right, I'll check now. Yes, happy energy has been wonderful. It has, yes. Isn't that my line? Spirit don't need sleep. But it crashes. Okay. Can't wait for the solar eclipse. Get to the bow. And there we go, 11:11, and MDR's on the move also. So happy everything, everyone. So let me get into out of my left brain into my right brain. Well, actually, there's only one brain, but the left side or right side. All right. So I asked my guide to help me and assist me in picking the right cards. Interesting. Seeing, an image of doctors. So, maybe, one or two of you need to get a checkup or get something looked at. So by all means do that. Unless they're telling me, because now I'm seeing a dentist. I'm like, yeah, I need a fair amount of dental work. It'll happen soon. All right, so clearing my mind, get the right 3 cards. And so interesting. We've got a lot of yellow, some blue, but a lot of yellow and oranges, happy colors, very creative color, very creative energy. A lot of you may find that your creative abilities are really strong this week. Do some art, maybe do some I don't know why I'm seeing calligraphy. Well, for the calligraphers out there, you can do that also, but do some art, law of attraction work, stuff like that. Strength is Leo, and Leo's ruled by the sun, so it's very, very solar energy this week. Very strong. This is, what I'm feeling about this is to, do something with your body also. That here in actually a lot of the country, from the Midwest all the way, through the northern plains, all the way to the East Coast. We're going to get a taste of summer this week, moving west to east. So you guys, like there's like Minnesota, to St. Louis, down in, in that area, Oklahoma, into the Great Lakes. You're probably going to get, your summer weather earlier in the week, but here in the East Coast, Wednesday through Friday, some areas are going to hit 90. Carissa, you're in Delaware, I think. You may get a 90-degree day unless you're right by the water, this coming week. Up here in the Hudson Valley, mid to upper 80s, in mid-April. So it's one of those things. Now, interesting. I do weather. So I don't feel it's going to be a real hot summer. I mean, maybe it will be, and I'm wrong, but I'm not feeling that. I feel like spring is above average, and so far it kind of has been. But I feel like summer is going to moderate, or it's going to be back, I think up and down. And I found, like, all the years, because I've studied weather my whole life. When I was a kid, I'd sneak out and go to the thunderstorms and drive my parents freaking crazy. And then I studied meteorology or weather in college, so I'm pretty adept at it. And I noticed every year that it's gone into the 90s in April, or really warm, like around April 15th to the 20th, 1976, it reached 96 in New York City. Then sometime when I was up here, I don't remember the year, maybe about 10-15 years ago, we had a heat wave like that where it hit the mid 90s, and both those years were cool, wet summers. So we'll see if that holds true this year. But anyway, back to tarot. So it's Easter, right? So this can be early, mid to late week. We can look at it chronologically that way, or just blending the energy. So a lot of people are with family. The 3 of Cups likes to gather in groups, like in small groups usually likes to share merriment. 3 is Jupiterian energy. We get the word jovial from Jupiter, so that kind of gives you an idea what the energies of the planet Jupiter are, and it's the sign Sagittarius. So have a good time, basically. I feel like they're saying, we need to sometimes step back from all the drama and trauma of the world and just be with our family, be with our loved ones, and celebrate life, and celebrate all the good things and all the positive things that are going on around us. Now, the Strength card, it is reversed, but the 2 rounded are forward. So I'm not getting such an ill-divinatory meaning from the reverse of this. But it does remind us that we need to be strong. There's still a very volatile, changing world out there. and there's a lot of negative programming. I feel like Spirit's saying a lot of assaults on our intuitive senses that are going on through like technology, through media, through all that kind of stuff. And what the Strength card does is it helps us to overcome things that are challenging in our life. So we bring the energy of Strength card to us, and it can help us through difficult situations. Like a good example, like if you're a smoker and you're resolved to quit smoking, maybe take a mental snapshot of the Strength card and have that with you. And it's interesting because it's key 8, but it's really key 11. And it's like, why am I saying that? Well, tarot has 22 different keys in it. And the old tarot had the Strength card as key 11. And then the Judgment card is key 8. And people like Arthur Wade and Israeli Gardi and other scholars of the late 1800s, early 1900s examined things. They switched 8 and 11 for some reason, but in Chaldean numerology, it's number 11 is the lion's muzzle with clenched fists, not number 8. So anyhow, that's just a little tarot stuff for you guys. But in any event, this helps us to overcome. So bring that. And the Sun card is very happy energy. I feel like it's telling us really, celebrate life. Every moment's a gift, and really have that attitude of gratitude, and expect miracles and expect really good things to happen, and to really have that kind of a perspective. In a way, I kind of feel like there's some good news out there about people that are working with the collective, with the awakening. There's optimism and hope, and again, a lot of solar energy. So do your light code activations. What video did I release recently where I told you guys how to do that? Was that last video or the one before? Can't remember. Sheesh. But in one of my recent videos, the Master Teachers, the group that I channel, or that channels through me, I should say, gave me this. I might as well just briefly tell you guys now, right? Then you don't have to go through all the videos and figure it out. Do light code activations, and the way to do that, I like to be out in the sun and feel the sun's rays. I feel like it's the most powerful that way. But the solar rays that activate our light code, or the God, can I speak English? Water time. So within the sun's rays, there are codes of information, solar light code. They penetrate the thin casings of our house. I think they come through the neutrinos, which are so tiny they can go through your whole body, not even touch a single atomic nuclei. So that's how small they are. And they may be carried through ultraviolet or through other, or gamma, or through other. I'm not scientifically that adept to know exactly the mechanics of that, but you don't have to be outside to get the light code frequencies from the sun, and they're portals of energetic information. And once they activate within you, they start to awaken dormant DNA. These are our supernatural, superhuman abilities. So a good thing to do is just get outside, just imagine that your heart, well, don't imagine, open your heart, because we receive frequency through the heart portal. That's the portal to the soul. And when the heart is open in gratitude, appreciation, and love, it's energetically coherent. We use heart-brain coherence a lot around here, don't we? So as that's happening, because the heart and the brain are really two parts of the same system, they're two organs that are really one. When the heart becomes energetically coherent, so does the brain. And then when that happens, then we start to open our frequencies to higher vibrations, higher realms, higher spiritual knowledge. So open the heart portal. Imagine that your heart portal becomes your whole body, and imagine that your whole heart portal is your body, is a solar panel absorbing those. do this for 3 minutes. They were saying, tell them not to do this too long because it's very powerful work, and just be in the moment and just absorb those frequencies to the heart and just feel them absorbing into your body. 3 minutes at a time. You can do more than once a day. So work with the sun, work with the solar energies. And we are coming to that season of the sun. It's the season of resurrection. It's the rebirth of the sun god or the son of God. Take your pick, but they're very synonymous with the different religions. They're kind of saying the same thing, and the different seasons and the different holy days kind of have overlapping meaning, whether we're in Judaism, Catholicism / Christianity, or even paganism and Wicca. There's this overlap, and it's not a coincidence. So anyhow, I feel like as I'm talking, I feel like Spirit saying, yeah, one of the messages that Christ is really trying to bring us during this time of resurrection is to really be open to all possibilities, understanding the power of belief. And it's really important just to really have that belief of, that there's more, that we're more than our physical bodies and our physical lives. And whatever form that comes in is often going to be based on what belief systems we're indoctrinated into, basically. So in other words, it doesn't matter what you believe, as long as you're open at your heart and you're open and you're not judgmental. Then you're going to get the information, the same information. Hi, Oracle of the Crow, welcome. Yes, let me see what else they're trying to say through this. Yeah, take care of yourselves. I feel like also just step back a little bit sometimes. Yeah, this could be for some of you a little bit more social than what you've been used to lately. So there may be more gatherings or more events. I want to say, as I'm talking about that, I'm seeing a lot with like Native American type ceremonies. So it may just be spiritual way of saying to maybe look more into your shamanic roots this week, and if there is like a like a sweat lodge or powwow or something along those lines, you have some kind of a spiritual gathering, this may be a good time for that, or a good time to work toward that. So what else? I always get this feeling about investing in precious metals, silver, gold, things like that. As a way to have, with this up and down economy and the money markets changing and shifting, the whole meaning and frequency of money is changing, which is actually good for you. It's not bad, but you have to get out of that old paradigm and really start to lock into that reality that the money is frequency and energy, just like everything else in the physical plane. And if you can really align to that frequency, then you become more magnetic to it. So how do? You just be grateful for all the abundance in your life already, and really focus on the principle of abundance. 15 trillion cells in our body, so we have that abundance of cells, abundance of trees, abundance of air, abundance of water, abundance of money also. However, there's forces that try to control the flow of money, or direct and redirect the current of currency. So if we tap into that current of currency, then it's not going to affect us. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. But we may get some more news about things about changes of money, banks, money changing hands. So I think there may be some mergers in some of the bigger financial institutions, or some changing of hands of some of the bigger companies that may affect your stocks and investments. So keep an eye on that. Any investments that supports New Earth teachings and New Earth reality, those are the ones to get involved with. And they're saying some of the digital currencies, like the cryptos, if you're into that, you get a handle or feel of what it is starting to take hold because digital currency over the next several years is going to be a really, really big thing. So you have smart, savvy investors. I mean, I don't know this. This is just what's coming through as I'm talking. I don't know cryptocurrency from Adam. Oh, wait, that's a bad metaphor. Never mind. I'm just messing with you. But it's good to understand these trends, like understand where things are going. Artificial intelligence getting very big. I mean, if you have if you have an iPhone, you have Siri is artificial intelligence, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's going to get bigger and bigger, and replacing humans and all that stuff. Meanwhile, there's a lot of resistance to transhumanism for good reason, or for interfacing with technology, or for the metaverse and the social credit scores and stuff like that. The idea is to have your finger on the pulse, so to speak, what's happening in the world, and smart investments, just like smart businesses. If you want to get into a new business or start a business, understand the trend, understand the world that we're in from a spiritual perspective as well as a practical perspective. What's going to be big in 2 years? Start doing it now. That way you're in place when that wave comes in. All too often, people are endlessly chasing that wave and never getting there, never being there in time. It's like during the big computer thing, it's like some people were there and that wave hit and they made a lot of money, like the cannabis trade. It's like, it's probably too late to get in now. But if you got in, a couple of years ago, before a lot of states started to legalize, you may have made money that way. So I think you get the idea, right? So that's what they have to say about that. Let me move on to some other tools here, because it's already 11:30. My right hand is numb from holding that. So let me pull a Native American card. I may refer back to these. Let me see, what are you guys saying? Okay. Thank you, Oracle of the Crows, for all your sharing. Let me just flash this one. I got a very powerful download that started coming the day of the full moon. Yeah, so there's been a lot of that Merkaba kind of energy, that ascension-like vehicle, the star tetrahedron. So if you can meditate on that and surround yourself with that energy, that allows you for like an easier transit into other dimensions or other realities, or to break the time-space continuum, as it were. I want to say, and so I thank you. And this article reminded me to remind you guys, smash that like button and help share this. And so I just started mine. Funny you mentioned that, and MDR is saying it's getting quite large. Crypto harder to figure. Yeah, like I said, I don't really understand it, but so I remember years and years ago, and I haven't heard from this for maybe 10 years ago. Somebody was like, mentioned Bitcoins. They wanted to invest in this, and they're saying, no, I'm not getting it. But in 2 years, I see it going big or whatever. And she was saying, well, they're telling me that it's going to be big, and next month, this, that, and the other. And of course, it didn't hit. But then, several years later, it did hit. So, anyways, I don't know why I mentioned that. All right. Happy Easter. Anyway, this is my Native American tarot. So I'm going to pull just one card from this. And this is the card. Cultivation. Interesting. So these different divination tools are going to give us slightly different measures. Okay, my autofocus is all of a sudden isn't cooperating as well as it was, and the Wi-Fi is glitching a little bit. Cultivation, which is 5 of Pentacles, will be the equivalent. 5 of Shields in the tarot. Now, the thing with the 5 of Pentacles or Shields is we've got to be patient. There may be a period where we're out in the cold, so to speak, or feel out of the loop, especially on a financial level, or on a security level, but it's about cultivating, like planting seeds. So in the springtime, like, well, what do we do? Sometimes we, after the last frost, we plant seeds for the vegetables, or the summer annuals, or things like that. The bulbs are coming up now and everything. Um, and stuff like that. So cultivation could be a metaphoric thing of cultivating your ideas. And I feel like the message they have for us with all this, with what's coming up here also, and here with the sun card, which is creativity, art, happiness, joy, abundance, and all that stuff, is start to cultivate your ideas and start to turn ideas that may be abstract thoughts or whatever, or perceptions, into more tangible, like draw up some plans and stuff like that. So anyhow, let me I've got Kyle Gray's cards also here with me, which I forgot the name of them. Let me see if I have this up. Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. So I want to get another message for us. So these are all messages that will add up. See, what are you guys saying here? Did I post this one already? Slow burn. Yeah, sometimes downloads are, or that. And Michael's saying the thing that puzzles me is how top banks such as JP, Goldman Sachs, Wells, Hayes are able to stay afloat with this. That I wouldn't understand, but as I'm talking about that, I feel like they're saying, well, that's because the game's rigged. That's kind of what popped into my mind. That in other words, I feel like what Spirit's saying, this is just my opinion or what I'm feeling. I don't know this for fact, but that there's a certain orchestration of how the banks are falling or crashing or merging or stuff like that. That it's not random. That there's been some premeditation on that. So we'll see. And I love Greg Braden. I'll just flash his name. Yeah, Greg Braden. Not that it matters. That's with two G's. That's my Mercury in Virgo showing when I say it's got two G's in Greg. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does only have one G. All right, it doesn't matter. But I love Greg Braden, no matter how many G's he has in his name. Me learning. Okay. Hi, Marilyn. Welcome. And Michael's confirming the game is definitely rigged, perhaps controlled by some ruling party, right? So anyway, back to ancestors and angels. And card I got is Shaman. I pulled this card last time also. In last time I did divination cards. Trust in the higher forces. So we are creators. We're creating a reality every moment, every breath, every thought. Goes into creating our reality. And every thought that we have, if we're not conscious, 65,000 thoughts according to psychologists. Most of them are the past and the future, not in the present. So a lot of our thought processes is about what happened in our lives. So we take those past thoughts into the present. We feel the same emotions, and voila, it's the same energy, because emotions is energy in motion. So when we have past thoughts, and every thought creates a reaction in the body, because emotions, they're energy, but they're also hormones in the body. And that brings the reality of the past into the present. But because the future and the past exist within the present moment, we take that past energy into the present, and whatever we hold in the present, we're creating our future out of. So we want to stop that vicious cycle or that chain where we are constantly making our past our present and creating our future from our past. We want to change those cycles. The subconscious mind likes cycles. It likes predictability. That's how the subconscious believes we need to survive. So we actually have to almost transcend our own egos, our own personal mind, in order to make this happen. How do you do presence? Simple as that in theory, not so much in practice. Every time you think about it, stop your thoughts, become present. This Thursday, I have an upload coming up about how to practice presence the way that I do it, augmented with breath technique that I don't think you've seen anywhere else but here. I mean, I don't believe so, but whenever I get an idea, it means that spirit is, it's through the fields of vibration and frequencies, bringing spiritual energy into the thought patterns. And that's just like a fancy way of saying that if I get an idea, that idea is open for anybody to get it. So point being is that it's original, but other people probably got the same original exercise out there anyways. Let me move on. So shaman, trust in the higher forces. So get present, open of heart, open of mind, open of spirit. If things aren't necessarily going your way, trust in the higher forces. Sometimes things are not meant to be in this present moment, but because all time happens in the present, created in your vibrational reality. And then when it's the right time physically, it's going to happen. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, what else? Let's do a sacred geometry card. Healing is what I pulled here. You're saying I completely agree with Michael. Okay, so control collapse. And of course, that no longer works for us. Thank you, Callie, for those insights also. All right, so if I can hold this to the camera in a way that it's not being reflected in the light here. So what you want to do to get the energy of the sacred geometry is just meditate on the card and absorb the energy, and this is the energy of healing. So I feel like one of the messages is this is a good week, and with the strength in the sun card, here, these are healing energies also. So this is a good week to maybe do a little bit more of your energy healing on yourself. And because it's a lot of fire energy here in the cards that I pulled, working with frequency, working with like Reiki or energy invocations, stuff like that, active, not as more the active energetic forms, the more the yang than the yin forms. Hopefully that makes some sense. So anyway, there's a message here, and the frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. And this is going to be what was I going to say? I think in 2 or 3 weeks, I already filmed the video, but I have a video on self-healing. And one of the things that I talk about in that video is that the blueprint exists within every cell of our body, within our dormant DNA. The blueprint for the perfect human in perfect health exists. And there's certain presence exercises that I teach in that video that allows you to tap into that bodies or energetic fields, that innate intelligence that can bring us back to perfect health, virtually, no matter what's going on with your health. Yes, there's always exceptions to the rules, but I think that you get that. So anyway, that's the message. So again, here's the card for that. And hi. Okay, so now the Oracle of the Crows. Now you have a name. Hi, Melody. Thank you so much. I'll post this because it's just such a lovely message. I cannot. Blessed be. Also smash the light collective. Yes. Blessed be and for Michael. I've held for quite a while. Question is, will happen to pensions? Yeah, so the thing is, we have to be aware, but not fear-based. And yes, this is a big deal with money, 401s, all that stuff. Money has a whole different meaning, a whole different value. Plan. That's all I have to say. The what ifs, not in a fear-based way, but in an empowered way, in a warrior's way. Warriors are never victims. We assess the playing field and we come up with strategy. We assess all possibilities and leave as little as possible up to fate. I don't want to leave my money, at the fate, at the hands of fools, just to put that, in as blunt a way as possible. I don't want that. I want to be able to have some passive income going into my old age. Whatever that means for you. What it means for me is having courses and formats and stuff like that that are helping, that are benefiting people, that are going to allow me to make income. Basically, it's win-win-win. Spirit wins, you win, and I win by that kind of scenario. So plan for that. Don't rely on the 401k. Honestly, I feel like at the end of the day, we're going to be okay. Even if things go down, I think it's going to come up again, or we're going to be able to make adjustments. But don't count on that, and have a plan B, a plan C, and a plan D. That's my best advice for that. For what's going on with that. So, I have, what? Okay, I have my medicine cards here somewhere. So we'll do quick animals and quick angel message, and then we'll get on to our Easter, being that, wow, it's already late. Okay. This is a good comment. Thank you for that. Exactly. Yeah, that's the exact way to look at it. I agree 101% there. All right, so then I'm seeing a winged one. Let's see if I get a winged one. A crow, that's a winged one. Crow's about law, about karmic law, about physical law. All birds are messengers from spirit. So anytime you get birds, they're messengers from spirit. Crows like to call. They warn us of danger. And you hear a lot of crows cawing. See what spirit has to tell you. There may be some avoidable threat around you or something like that. A wizard is nada leta. Haha. Okay. I don't know exactly what that means, but I think that somehow relates to crow medicine. Or wait, is that a like a Hogwarts thing, or a Harry Potter thing? I don't know. Anyway, let me see. What's Crow 24? That's my number. That's my birthday. 24. Crow is law. I got that one right. There's a medicine story that tells us Crow's fascination with her own shadow. She kept looking at it, scratching it, pecking it, until her shadow woke up and became alive. Then the crow shadow ate her. Crow is dead. Crow now. Oh, that lovely story. Well, it is Easter. It is about resurrection. So dead crow is the left-handed guardian. If you look deeply into Crow's eyes, you will have found the gateway to the supernatural. Crow knows the unknowable mysteries of creation. It's the keeper of all sacred law. So that's basically what that is. Oh, Lord of the Rings. Thank you. Okay. I knew it was one of those. Lord of the Rings. Okay. And so crow medicine is very active this week. So, again, there's about karmic law, about laws of the universe, laws of nature, law of attraction, all that law stuff. So you'll be getting lots of good downloads. So maybe you'll fly with the crows this week, as the crow flies. So anyway, I have my Doreen Virtue angel therapy cards. Let me see what our final message is of our Easter week here. And keep the conversation going here. So, I've been getting a lot of insight into, like, the cabal, deep state, or whatever. And we actually, about 3 weeks ago, I did a video on what the master teacher was telling me about the 2020s, the rest of the 2020s. One of the things they said with the cabal, they were seeing them kind of being isolated and in smaller groups, and kind of having to scatter a little bit. So as the awakening happens, they're going to get more and more exposed. Between now and 2025, that's what they're saying. Possibly into 2026, a lot of exposure is going to be happening. So anyways, here we go. So we got power animal. So that's another stamp on crow medicine for us. And your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you and is helping you with this situation. So another thing, and she's on a horse, but with angel wings, obviously, because it's angel cards. So I think one of the things, with this is you can meditate and ask spirit to give you some insight of what your power animal is. Right now, during this phase of your awakening, during this phase of transition, the whole world is changing. We're all on transition. The energies keep changing. Every time the energy changes, it changes us. Our cells change, moving towards more crystalline on a subcellular level. And so the structures within the cells are starting to become more crystalline than linear. And crystals are always six-sided, and they're always amplifiers of energies and frequencies. Oh, I didn't bring my crystals out with me today. All right. I was going to grab a crystal, and then it's like, oh, I didn't bring my crystals out. All right. Anyhow, I think we're going to end now. Have a wonderful Easter and Passover or whatever holidays. We're still in the spring equinox season. So if you celebrate the Celtic holidays, we're still in that season. In fact, I think not yesterday, two days ago it was astrological. What's the word? The name of Easter, Mabon, or I can't remember what the Celtic name for the spring equinox is, but it's the astrological holiday. It's right in between the Beltane and anyways. I think I'm going to leave while I'm behind and have some breakfast. I think that's what I need. So I love you. Thanks for being here. And Tuesday we're going to have our first of a series of interviews that I'm going to call Awakening Stories, and we're going to have Dr. Stacy Lamar, who I met her when we did a documentary together with three other people about star seeds about 3 years ago or so. So I got interviewed and about star seeds and what that means to be a star seed and all that kind of stuff. So she's going to be on an interview here on the Medium channel Tuesday at 7 p.m. So that's what's coming up. All right, I love you, and if you want to dive deeper into what we do here, check out Spirit Mind Family and Patreon. That's where we go deeper. It's Earth Month for Earth Day, so all the content this month, the meditation and the exclusive videos and the channeling, the extra channelings with the master teacher are about the Earth and our connection to the Earth. Okay. Happy Easter. I love you. Bye.